Hey everyone, it's Rob Nazarian with Talk Android, and today we have the DROID XYBOARD, the latest tablets from Motorola, basically Zoom 2 in a sense, but that's not the name they went with. This is the 8.2 inch version. They also offer a 10 inch version as well, 10.1 I believe, and let's just get right to it. Basically we have the tablet, which has the razor type styling with the beveled corners. Inside we have the instructions, the 4G SIM, and the USB cable and the plug-in wall outlet. This is 4G and it's available at a 16 gigabyte for $379 and the 32 gigabyte for $479. I like the styling and the size. I mean, basically when it comes to these tablets, now it really comes down to style and horsepower. Like for example, the Transformer Prime, if you're looking for serious horsepower with the quad core. Most of the tablets out there are dual core like this, but it comes down to, do you like the size, 8.2 inch, this type of form factor, and the design. I like the feeling of this. It's not too slippery. It's fairly thin at 8.9 millimeters. And it's not too heavy at 386 grams. Now the power button I don't really like. It's on the back. This is new for a lot of tablets. Usually they're on the side, and it's just a little button back here, and the volume is next to it as well. Basically we'll turn it on now. On the side you have your this is for infrared, so this has a complete infrared control, and your headphone jack, your USB, HDMI, and inside here is your 4G LTE SIM, and there's the boot animation. Let that boot up. It mentions it's dual core 1.2 gigahertz OMAP. It's got 1 gigabyte of RAM. Camera's 5 megapixel rear, and it does video up to 720p. And it's got a 1.3 megapixel front. And has HDMI 1.4 and Android 3.2, which I'm sure Ice Cream Sandwich will come soon. Battery's a little low on this. Of course, it has a new Droid style wallpaper, which is kind of nice. It kind of reminds me of the Saw movies, and it's released the first Saw movie. Motorola's added a little bit to this, if you want to call it blur or what, but it's very limited. Like they have a clock. You'll notice this looks a little different. The back icon. Apps looks a little different, I believe, but there really isn't a lot different, and it's pretty empty there. As far as apps goes, there doesn't seem to be a lot of stuff on here as far as bloatware crap, but there is some. You have Slingbox and the VCast stuff, because it is a Verizon thing. The biggest thing that they're going to offer on here, they got the Kindle and the Let's Golf too, is going to be Digit, which is the remote control for USB. Basically you have to go in and set it up for your TV. Yes, I want to add a remote for a TV. We'll just click yes, and right now let's just pick well, there's a lot of TVs here. I wanted to kind of pick something. We'll just pick whatever right now. We found the remote for this device. Continue. Do you want to add a remote for cable or set-top box? We'll say yes. Now you can do cable or satellite. I happen to have satellite. I'm not really setting it up though. I guess, like for example, let's just scroll here, see if DirecTV's on here. There's Dish Network, I see, and DirecTV. So you can go in the DirecTV and set it up remote, enter a model name. You can do all that. So I don't know, let's say HR 20. Of course, all these keyboards are so different with all these devices. It's just hard to get used to them all. Do I click enter here? Remote 1. Alright, so that's basically what it would look like. So you can control things, you know, as far as your TV and cable or set-top box. That's pretty cool. I'm sure there's more to it than that. That's the first time I'm looking at it. All in all, this looks like a nice tablet, but of course it's basically like any other tablet. It's got your honeycomb on here, Android 3.2, I would imagine. Just let's make sure, Android 3.2. So it is at the latest of honeycomb. I'm sure we'll see ice cream sandwich. The question is when. So we'll spend a little bit more time with it, and you know, we'll do more in-depth review in the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. But for now, this is Rob Nazarian with Talk Android.